What if the very story you've been avoiding is the one that would build the most trust with your audience? If you're a female entrepreneur who wants to grow your visibility, this video is for you. I'm going to show you how to tell your story in a way that connects, that positions you as the go-to leader and ultimately helps you make more sales by attracting more raving fans. Why stories matter. Here's the truth. Connection comes before conversion. If you're not connecting with your person, if you're just spouting off things that they can search through Google or ChatGPT and there's no feeling and no meaning into it, people are not going to buy from you. People don't buy from the person with the fanciest graphics or the perfect website. They buy from the person they trust, right? And your story is what builds the foundation of that trust. I was always told as I began my business, if you don't tell the story, someone's creating one for you. And you may not like the story that they're telling themselves in their head about you. You should tell your story so much, specifically your origin story, that people know exactly who you are, what you've overcome, and why you are where you are at right now. Without your story, why would they connect with you? Without your story, you're just another one of those people online talking about what you do, but not giving anybody a reason to care. Connection creates a reason to care. Connection creates a reason. Why should I keep listening and paying attention to you? Your story is what makes you stand out. Every single in-person workshop I do, my question is, when is the last time you told your story? Most people, it's been well over 30 days. Stop. You've got to tell it so often that your audience knows exactly what your story is. You don't have to tell it the same way every time. You can do it differently. I can do mine funny and sad and in a carousel and in a video, in a reel. Like there's so many ways. But are you taking advantage of this so your person knows exactly who you are? The part that my audience loves to hear when I tell stories about my faults, my failures, my missteps, my stumbles, like this is what pulls them in. And this is where the connection happens. Why? Because they look and they see, first of all, that's relatable to them. And number two, if she can overcome this, so can I. That's why we love going to the movies. We love seeing the person who has everything stacked against them, right? And they come through, they come out on the other side. That's the hero's journey. And that's what we want to see. And that's what our audience wants to see. This is why people DM me and say, I've been there too, or you figured it out. Maybe I can too. One of the reasons I talk to introverts is because there are also extroverts who reach out to me and say, hey, if you can help an introvert, then you've got to be able to help me as an extrovert. And so my story shows people what's possible, not the highlight reel, but the real, honest reel. Okay. So let's talk about what part of your story do you tell? We have many different stories. We have an origin story. We have stories that probably create other offers. We have stories that happen to us as we're going through our journey. But the origin story of why you do what you do is going to be the number one thing that pulls people in. And I'm going to tell you how to tell this in what I call my 3C framework. Everything C's around here, by the way. So first of all, we want to talk about a core moment. What is that turning point or decision that shifted things? Right? What is that turning point moment? There also gets to be a connection point, the part that your audience starts to see themselves in your story, right? They can put themselves in your shoes. Think about relatability, right? We want to find that relatability point so that they can see, oh my gosh, I felt that way, or I'm feeling that way now, right? And then the credibility bridge. How does it connect to why you do what you do now? For example, I don't need to tell every detail of my business journey, but I might share the moment I went from invisible to visible. Back in 2016, when I said, I'm never getting on video, I'm never going to teach, I'm never going to do all these things, I don't want to be on video. I prayed to God every night, please don't make me get on video. But that core moment connects to my audience who also feels hidden, right? And then I can bridge it by saying, this is why I teach visibility today. There was no one that was as petrified of getting on video, or at least that I could find, as I was way back when. And so I wanted to create something from someone who felt that fear, because everyone who was teaching visibility in 2016, 2017 was literally somebody that grew up with a camera in their face, or maybe they used to be a news anchor or something. And that was not my vibe. I wanted somebody to feel the struggles, the hives, the fears that I felt. I didn't want to work with somebody who had all figured out. I wanted somebody who really was like me, and I couldn't find them. So I became her. The next thing is that we want to make sure that we're avoiding oversharing every little single detail, right? that morning, I went to the bathroom and I really thought about my life. Like, nobody needs to hear you went to the bathroom, okay? Unless it is a crucial part of the story. But no one needs your full timeline. They need the highlight or the transformation, right? Because we're going to lose them if we're not keeping them. Yes, we want details. We don't want to just say, I hated visibility, I got visible, end of story. That's not a story either, right? We want to describe what we're going through and the feelings that we're going through, but we don't want to add like every little thing that happened that makes that story last 5 times the length that it was supposed to, right? So making it only about you instead of your inviting your audience into it. We want to, have you ever felt this way? Have you ever felt this? I know you felt this way. I've heard many of my clients feel this way, right? Again, bringing them into it. And the third thing is hiding only behind polished wins instead of showing the messy middle. Listen, the journey is the longest and hardest part. There is no absolute success without the messy middle. There is no success without a heck of a lot of failure. And if anybody's telling you that, they just got lucky and they don't know how it really feels, right? So we want to talk about that messy middle. Remember, people are going to connect with your humanity, with the pains, with the struggles that you went through. Every time I cry on video, when I tell this story, I get more attention than any other video I do, right? Because they can feel that emotion through the video. They can feel it. So how to start telling your story right now? How do you start? I say pick one story, most likely your origin story. This can be a moment of fear, frustration, failure, a massive decision, right? What was the turning point where I am over my ish. I am not doing this anymore. How can I change this? You can share it in a live. You can share it in a recording. You can share it in your about section. And here's the key. You always want to end with a lesson learned or what was the takeaway, right? My takeaway from my story was I didn't die. And I wasn't willing to get on video for myself, but I was willing to get on video to serve and support other people. So because your story isn't just entertainment, it's leadership. How did you lead yourself through this? How did you get from your before state to your after state? And I'm assuming, how are you going to help people do the same thing, right? It shows your audience what's possible for them. You can never be too far gone. That's one of the reasons I do the program, The Comeback. You're never too far gone. You can always come back, right? You have a story like that. Maybe you have many stories like that, but start with the origin. And that's the first one that I would tell. So again, I have many stories, an origin story that create a variety of offers. And when we can get used to telling these over and over and over, we're going to connect with our audience. I recommend at least twice a month telling your story in a different way, a different format, a different medium, however that looks for you. So your story is not just content, it's credibility, it's your connection, it's your conversion tool, because without it, you blend in. You're just like everybody else. But if you truly think about the story and the reason you're why you're at, no one has that exact same story. No one's been through the exact same struggles. No one came through them in the exact same way that you did. With your story, you stand out. So just like putting your face on camera and getting visible and putting your offers in the spotlight, don't keep your story hidden. If you're ready to make visibility your superpower, check out thevisibleceo.com to find out all of the things available to help you increase your visibility today.